confident.
First one, Manchester. Oh, I could just see. Home/rainy.
Yeah.
When you moved here, did you realise how much it actually rains in Manchester?
Obviously, I'm Dutch, so we have quite some rain in Holland as well. But I was a bit surprised. Manchester is in a level of its own.
Wait till summer. I promise you, it's the greatest place in the world when the sun is shining for the 2 days of the year that it happens. Next one, footballing idol. Let's have a look.
The one and only Ronaldinho.
I'm so happy you said that. What made you pick Ronaldinho?
It's probably one of the first football players that I really watched. I think he was the first one who had like clips on YouTube as well. He was just my favorite player when I was growing up. You know.
Did you watch the advert where he's hitting the ball against the crossbar?
Yeah.
Every time?
Yeah, of course.
What a player. He brought joy as well when it comes to football, made kids smile.
Just made you want to go out and play yourself. I think that's the most inspiring part about him.
Greatest of all time, who are you choosing?
I'm not picking a side. These two are the greatest footballers of all time.
You put both?
Yeah.
I mean, two very special footballers, of course. You said you're not going to pick a side.
Yeah.
What is it from both of them that you love, though?
The thing that these two have in common is obviously the consistency of being so good in their own way. Yeah, I'm not gonna. We all know them, so.
When you do see players like that, though, and obviously one of them connected with Manchester United as well, does that make you want to work harder and get to that level, hopefully, but also to play on till that age as well?
Every footballer wants that as a goal. I mean, these two have set the bar so high that, you know, you hardly think that it's possible to reach that bar again, but it motivates you to at least try, so.
Next one. If I wasn't a footballer, I would be? Why do you put a question mark?
No, football has been my destiny, and there isn't anything else I would have been. No.
Growing up, was it something that you just knew, I want to play football and that's it?
Yeah. It's always just been football.
How difficult is that though when you're growing up, there's pressure on you because you want to play football, of course, you want to be a footballer, but you've got all your friends doing different things, you've got the pressure of wanting to play and ultimately your fate being in the hands of coaches that are looking after you. How difficult is that as a young footballer?
It's not easy. I've been very lucky with, you know, my parents being so supportive and all my friends around me wanting to be the same thing. The more you grow, not everyone is going to be a footballer, but you know, with the help of my parents and always believing in myself, maybe not having a plan B was the right thing for me. So
I can tell that as well. You got to work hard. You got a plan A, you got to make it work. And you did that.
Yeah, just make most out of the talent you have.
Moving on. Hidden talent.
So I speak Dutch, German, English, and Italian.
That is impressive. Very, very
my
impressive.
Italian is not that great. Before my Italian fans start calling me out, but it's decent enough. I can hold my own.
Next one, Max Verstappen. Oh, you were on the fence when it came to the footballing GOAT, but you said Max Verstappen, F1
Max
GOAT?
Verstappen is the F1 GOAT, yeah.
That's a big statement.
I'm going to stand behind my fellow Dutchman.
Obviously, I've seen you like to go to some of the races as well. What's that experience like?
It's very nice. I hadn't been to one before. I went to one in Italy, and I met Max there. It was a very nice environment. You know, you get to see the cars from up close, and yeah, it's very different than what you're used to in football.
Having that brief interaction with him, of course, different fields, different sports, but both elite athletes. Is there anything you think you can take from F1 drivers?
Probably reaction time, right?
Yeah. How would you say yours is good, your reaction time? I'm not going to test you.
I'd say it's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
Moving on. Netherlands. And I'm going to say you used home for Manchester, so you can't use that. You can't use home again.
Family and friends.
Now, how difficult is that, having to leave family and friends at such a young age? Obviously, living in Italy, now here in Manchester as well. This was the goal. This was what you wanted. You have to sacrifice things, but it doesn't make it any easier.
No, it's not easy. I left when I was around 16. I just accepted it because I knew why I left, and it was just my goal to become a professional football player. So when I left to Munich, it was difficult, but also in a way, I knew what I was doing it for. And yeah, today's era, you can always just connect with your friends through the phone, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, the sacrifice of missing out, you know, seeing your friends all together and you're not there because, you know, you're away. It's difficult, but yeah, you just deal with it and go on with it, yeah.
Ruben Amorim. We can see that, we feel that pre-match, on the touchline, post-match as well.
Yeah.
When you watch interviews with him, how much does that passion inspire you?
Yeah, a lot. It just makes you want to just go. Just makes you want to go and, you know, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, it just motivates you a lot. So it's, yeah.
I have a feeling you could use the same word for the next one I'm going to say. Bruno Fernandes.
Got 2 for Bruno.
Let's have a look at this. Right, leader. He is the captain.
Yeah.
How much does that help you on the pitch?
A lot. He's, whether you want it or not, he's always busy with you. He always wants to help. And obviously, you know, he's such an important and big player for us. And to still be like such a humble guy outside of the pitch is something we can all learn from. So. And
you put bad at Uno, so on the pitch he's great, but when you're playing Uno with him, not so good?
Not as good as me, so.
Look at the face, that look says it all right there. Next up, another teammate of yours, Amad Diallo.
Oof, this one might look a bit easy, but I mean it in like the greatest way possible. Talent.
He's a player that has had to leave, go and ply his trade, come back, and you can see that talent as well. When you're playing in training, what's that like with these type of players that have really got something special?
You cannot get the ball from him. I don't know how ball sticks to his feet. It's ridiculous. I read somewhere that someone said Ivorian Messi, and it's like basically, yeah.
It's true?
Yeah, this guy he's really good. It's unfortunate we don't have him now with us. I hope he recovers in the best way possible from his injury, but no, great player, amazing talent.
Man United 4-1 Real Sociedad 5-2 AG. Bruno Fernandes scores hat-trick as Red Devils progress to Europa League quarter-finals after much improved display. Old Trafford rocked and roared as Manchester United climbed off the canvas to keep their Europa League hopes and season alive on Thursday night. Neither wants to go quietly, it seems. For this wonderful old place, the day of reckoning won't come for another 5 years, probably longer, following this week's unveiling of a new €2 billion stadium to be built next door. But this was a reminder to cherish Old Trafford on nights like these. A goal down to Real Sociedad and in danger of going out of the Europa League, they rallied to produce arguably their best performance under Ruben Amorim. Having conceded another penalty from Mikel Oyarzabal penalty, United hit back with 2 of their own through Bruno Fernandes, who then completed a hat-trick late on. Their captain has now scored 15 goals this season and converted from the spot 36 times out of 40 for the club. Bruno Fernandes scored a superb hat-trick as Manchester United beat Real Sociedad 4-1. It means Fernandes and his teammates still have something to play for, with Lyon next in the quarter-finals of this competition next month. So poor in the Premier League this season, they remain undefeated in Europe under Erik ten Hag, Ruud van Nistelrooy and Amorim. Bruno is the perfect captain for us, said the United boss. We need to help him win titles because he deserves it. Fernandes was superb, but there were so many good performances here, notably from Joshua Zirkzee, Patrick Dorgu, Alejandro Garnacho and Aiden Heaven on his full debut. Casemiro, one of the players singled out by Sir Jim Ratcliffe this week for being overpaid or not good enough, also had his best game for Amorim. I think he is improving his game and I am improving the way I should use a player like Casemiro, admitted the head coach. The only thing missing from a great night at Old Trafford was a goal for Rasmus Højlund, whose barren run has now extended to just short of 22 hours. The Dane was desperate to end it here, screaming to the heavens in frustration when he nudged the ball wide from Zirkzee's cross in the first half. United had fallen behind when Matthijs de Ligt gave away a penalty by fouling Mikel Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal sent Andre Onana the wrong way to get United off to the worst possible start, but United fought back and Fernandes levelled from the spot as he led from the front. The United skipper scored a second penalty after Patrick Dorgu was fouled inside the area. Højlund put his body on the line for his team at one point, taking a punch in the head from goalkeeper Alex Ramiro, then getting up to leave. Igor Zubeldia with a bloodied mouth with a handoff moments later and actually played well. But he looks absolutely shorn of confidence in front of goal. "We are here for each other," said Fernandes. "Strikers are all about goals, and we can see how much he wants to score. I'm sure the goals will come." With the score level at 1-1 from the first leg in last week, Sociedad went ahead in the 10th minute from the second of 4 penalties scored in this tie. Once again it was spotted by VAR after Fernandes was penalized for an innocuous handball in San Sebastian. Matthijs de Ligt cleared Aritz Elastundos's cross in front of goal, but replays showed that he got Oyarzabal first and the Sociedad skipper got up to score again after VAR advised French referee Benoit Bastien to go to the monitor. The noise inside Old Trafford rose significantly and United responded. 3 minutes later they had a penalty of their own, converted by Fernandes after he squared to Højlund in front of goal, and the Dane was sent sprawling by Igor Zubeldia as he tried to end his drought. United were ahead on the night and on aggregate 5 minutes after the interval, and again it came from the spot. John Aramburu was sent off in the second half when he brought down the lively Dorgu. Fernandes capped off a stunning display with a brilliant third goal to secure United's victory. Diogo Dalot added the gloss on the night in added time after a much improved United display. It felt like a soft one as Dorgu ran into Elastondo after Ramiro had saved one-handed from Zirkzee, and he even said as much to the referee. Did Amram approve of that? It is the right thing to do, so I am quite proud of him. But I cannot say if I'd have the same response if it had been 0-0 or we were losing, he smiled. Fernandes sent Ramiro the wrong way again and the contest swung even further in United's favour in the 63rd minute when Sociedad were reduced to 10 men. Substitute John Aramburu had only been on the pitch 6 minutes when he hauled down Dorgu as he raced clear onto Zirkzee's through ball and off he went.